times 18 is 108. Okay, then you have 108. You just put an O in between that. So you have 108, all right? That's 18. That's 6 times 3. All right, so you have alpha and omega, which is nuclear and electric energy. This is plasma, all right? So that is the fourth state of matter, but it's the fifth element. All right, so we know that 108 Earths will fit across the sun. We know 108 suns will fit in between Earth and the sun, and 108 moons will fit between Earth and the moon. Okay, 369 is 18. That's 666. Okay, so 6 is plasma and the fifth element, and 108, and 144 actually, because 6 times 144 is the diameter of the sun. That's 864,000 miles. This is the fifth element.
You're listening to Radio Cosmos.
Okay. This has got a lot of clues in it. Listen, this.
Come to 108. Yes, sir. Hell, 108! Hell's 108.
So, on Revelations 13:18, 18 ironically, 6 times 3. Again, here's the wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and his number is 666. So that would be 18, or 6 times 3. So now in Revelation 6, this is when the plagues, or, well, the extinction events start taking place, when the vials are opened. So if 144,000 are spared, 6 times 144 equals the diameter of the sun, which is 864,000 miles in diameter, ironically. So that's another cosmic coincidence, okay? So anyone who thinks that the Bible is full of shit is full of shit themselves. They just can't believe that this book that is 2,000 years old would have any kind of truth in it, when anything that survives for 2,000 fucking years would only have to have some kind of damn truth in it. Just saying. Okay, enlightenment, rational, modern, well-informed outlook. That's what I have here. That's what I'm trying to point out. I'm trying to have a rational outlook on this, okay? But people are irrational. And these are the people that live in denial. These are the irrational people that say, oh, the Bible's a joke. It was written. It was made up. It's a fairy tale. Okay, I've never seen a fairy tale that had a lot of truth in it. Oh, wait, fairy tales do have some truth in them. They're based off of some truth. There. This has some truth. There's some root to truth somewhere in it. You got to be smart and rational enough to understand what's what. So if you want to believe that this is a fairy tale, then you're not too intelligent, because you just don't want to do the damn work. Here's some synonyms. Informed, well-informed, advanced, developed, open-minded, broad-minded, wise, knowledgeable, educated. You know, so who's the irrational ones? Because it seems to me like this book has a lot more truth in it than people want to realize. And the funny thing is, they put it out in movies, and all this stuff is hidden at the Vatican. And the Vatican releases information only through movies, because the Catholic churches are controlling the world. Okay, they literally run the world. And Hollywood gets to actually have access to the stuff that the Vatican has maintained. The Holy See. Why would they call it the Holy See? Well, you can only see it if you're privileged. So these people in Hollywood, these rich people, the elite, are privileged enough to get to look at this stuff. And they get the information, they put a little bit of twist on it, put it in movies, and bam, you have a good movie. And then Marvel movies. Marvel movies have a lot more truth in them than you would ever believe. So consider this, that Warlock has 6 stones that he has to collect. On Sonic the Hedgehog, there's 6 emerald stones that you have to collect. On Marvel movies, there's 6 Infinity Stones. They all can't be ironically talking about the same damn thing if there's no truth there. I mean, they would be ripping people off. They would be like, hey, that was my movie. That's perjury, or that's some kind of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, counterfeiting, basically. But it's not. There's a truth here that is a basis for all of this shit that is given to us in society. And it all originates from the Vatican. They know the truth. They suppress this stuff. There's an ultimate idea here, a broad idea, and it all leads back to ancient technology. Understanding the power of plasma. The power of God, basically. And you might think, oh, God, oh, that's stupid. Why would you say the word God? Huh? It's a word. It's a simple word, hence the word of God. A simple word that describes the quantum nature of the universe. And I'll never quit expressing that. It's common sense. It's called the word of God because it is a word. Okay? It's a word. So in the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. Well, what created the heavens and the earth? Well, the singularity. Space did. Space created the universe. So space would be that infinite, fathomless existence. That would be God. The universe is technically what God would be. Pantheists are the closest to understanding anything. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Okay? So if they're talking about sound here, then sound creates light, because we know this in quantum tests. We actually will turn sound bubbles into light, and we don't know why this happens. Well, if there's a sound in space, which would be considered the dark matter, because space is loud, it would reach some kind of point where it actually creates a singularity, which is an accretion. So we know sound turns into light. So sound and light are symbiotic. And I'm just going to throw this out here. Therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon his head, lest any finding him should kill him. That implies that there are other people on the planet right then. So that would be Neanderthals, to be quite honest. And they weren't too ignorant, really. I mean, they were actually kind of intelligent. And their DNA is close enough to mate with modern man. And we know that the modern man and Neanderthal were on the planet at the same time. Again, more evidence that people want to overlook just to be douchebags. And fight and argue and cause shit and stir up problems and all this bullshit. They can't maintain any kind of peace. The most intelligent species on the fucking planet cannot maintain any kind of fucking peace because they want to bitch and moan and not understand what compromise means. Just saying.